Good morning, everybody. It is Kylie here from Hello Crafter, and I'm back for day number 2 of my 12 days of Craftmas. And I'm coming live 12 noon every day for 12 days with a different paper craft project. Some will be cards, some will be decor items, some will be little treat packages. There'll be a nice variety of projects to show you, and each one will probably take about between 20 minutes, half an hour, that kind of thing. I'm not going to kind of take up all of your lunch break, but if you can watch live and are popping on, please take a second to say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. If you're watching later on catch up, leave a comment. I am going to be doing some little spot prizes and prize draws among all of the people that kind of leave me a comment. So at the end of each week, I'm going to gather all of your names up, all your comments up, to do some prize draws. So do say hi, do ask questions if you want to. Let me know what you think of the projects. You can make suggestions if you like. I'm just happy to chat too. So welcome. It is another Christmas project. So today I'm actually going to be making a decoration. So this is the decoration. It is a little star or snowflake. I think it's more like a star with the I think it's got 8 sides, 8 points. And I'm using the glimmer paper. So Stampin' Up do different colours of glimmer paper, but at the moment they've got this one called Peaceful Garden glimmer paper range, and it's 3 colours and you get 2 sheets of each, 12 by 12. Stampin' Up's glimmer paper is amazing because it's really nice and thick and none of the sparkles come off. So when you're cutting it, I mean, a tiny little bit of shedding when you're cutting, but it's not coming off on your fingers. It's not shedding into your envelopes or on the floor. It's really good stuff. And this colour range is beautiful. I think I have to say this is this. I used this ink colour yesterday. It's called Secret Sea. And I think this might be one of the most beautiful colours of glimmer paper I've ever seen. It's like a really, really dark navy. And a little bit goes a long way on your projects, actually. So these 6 sheets that you get in the pack will last you for a long time. And this decoration just uses some strips of it, so I'm going to kind of go through that now. Just before I start, because I did promise I'd do this yesterday, I'm playing a little game in our 12 days of Christmas live. So day 1 won't count because I don't think I said any Christmas songs, but I've got a little game for you. It's a Christmas song bingo. I've posted this sheet in my Hello Crafter page, but message me if you need me to send you it. If you can't find it, you might have to just scroll a little way down from yesterday's post, and you can print it out and you can play along. So I am going to be either saying the Christmas song title, saying a lyric from the Christmas song, or I may just end up humming or singing the tunes. But your job is to try and spot the tunes, write down which day I've said it or that you've heard it. And when you've completed the full 16, because there might be more than one per day, send me a photo, like snap a little photo of your completed grid, and if it's correct, you'll go into a prize draw. So that's just a little bit of fun to kind of work on each day, and to keep you watching, even if you just watch it on catch up. So I'm going to give you until the 14th of December to do that, so you've got all that time to go and watch my videos. So hello Steph, and I think Charlotte's watching, and Chris, hello, good morning or good afternoon should I say. Just keep forgetting that I'm not on first thing. This is what we're making. So I'm going to just switch you down. You might want to have a look for at the last chance sale. Stampin' Up have just added some Christmas things to their last chance sale. There's some things at discounts. Now, some of them have gone already. I didn't realise how quickly some of the things would sell out. So a couple of my favourite Christmas stamp sets have already sold out. but there's papers that have a discount, there's embellishments that have a discount, so it's worth going on having a look, and especially because I'm doing my promotion as well. So the PDF for these projects are free with a £25 order. The kit to make the projects, all 12, will be sent to you with a £45 order, or you can pick from one of 12 free gifts. So any orders placed that are over £25, with me, with my link that's in the video, you're going to get something, a little freebie from me. So yeah, go and have a look, see what there is. So we're starting with glue dots and glimmer paper, and I have cut mine to 8 centimeters by 15 centimeters, but you'll need twice that, and I'll show you why in a minute, because I'm going to show you half, but it's doubled. Can you see I've got two stuck to each other? So you'll have to start with a 16 centimeters by 15 centimeters piece of card, and you can leave it with the plain white on one side. That is totally fine, but I've doubled it up, so I've glued one piece to another piece, and I've actually used 2 different colors, so it's double-sided now. So I'll just glue one on the other. So if you get the kit from me to make this snowflake, your pieces are going to be twice the size. So you'll get 2 different colors, and you'll have 2 16 centimeters by 15 centimeters. But I've just done mine 8 by 15 for now, just because I've actually already done half of it. So I'm only going to show you half, and then you'll repeat again. So just making sure that I've got no gaps for the glue on here. So I'm just being careful about putting plenty on, because I just want it really, really well stuck down. So if you have any questions about this project, let me know. The PDF is going to have all the measurements and step-by-step instructions and some extra pictures as well. But I mean, obviously, most people prefer to watch a video. Some people like the step-by-step written instructions. I know I work better from watching a video. So that is well stuck down. You could give that 10 minutes to properly dry if you want to before cutting it. And right, so this is a tip. I actually keep an old trimmer blade that is kind of got a bit blunt for cutting cardstock. So when I go to replace my trimmer blade, I'll keep the old one, and I'll keep it safe in a little envelope, and I'll use it for cutting. I'll use the old one for cutting Glimmer Card, because the Glimmer Card tends to really blunt your blades, which is highly annoying. So normally if it's one-sided like this, I will turn it over. It seems to be a little bit gentler on the blades if you've flipped it over to the other side. That's what I'd normally do. But if I remember, and if I can bother to go and get my old trimmer blade, I'll swap it out. So this is an old one, and it's perfectly fine for this. I mean, it'll last for a little while longer, and then when I come to replace my trimmer blade again, I'll swap the old one. I'll chuck the old one and I'll place it with the new old one, if that makes sense. And then I've got them on rotation, so they'll always cut, and I'm not blunting my my brand new blades. So there's a little tip for you. So right, we're going to cut this. It's 15 centimeters long. Again, yours will be 16 centimeters, but you're just going to cut that into 16 strips of 1 centimeter. So you just do that. I'll just go along And I'm using the measurements on the right side of my trimmer groove for this, because I've got something to hold on to with my right hand. Then it does get a bit tricky as you get a little bit closer. Just one more cut. So I've got 8 strips there, and you will have 16 in total. But each side of the star is 8. And all you have to do is just gently bend them into shape like that. So they're kind of like bunny ears, I guess. And they're sort of overlapped like that. So the tutorial that I saw, because obviously you can have them like that, you can have it like that. So how to know that you've got more or less the right shape? The tutorial that I saw online said that your 2 inner corners should be about 4 centimeters apart. So you could take a ruler and just check. And then the length from that the inner V to the end is also about 4 centimeters, which would mean that this is a slightly tighter loop. So that's about right. And what I found is, so I'm going to stick that down, and then I'm just going to draw around it, so I've got a bit of a guide. And I don't think it really matters too much, as long as it's more or less 4 centimeters and all of them are more or less the same shape. So the neater you get them at this point, the neater your finished star will be, if that makes sense. So it's worth taking some time. Now you're going to need quite a few of these mini glue dots. So mine has held pretty well with the mini glue dots. Like, I think they just kind of do want to come apart a little bit. So if you do want this to last, I would recommend getting your hot glue gun out. I've tried it with Tombow and it does work, but you have to get your pegs, and you have to peg them for at least an hour, probably 2 hours, I reckon. Ideally even overnight, because this will take so much longer to dry. And so you can do that if you've got, you do it in stages. Do this bit first, peg them up. But I think, obviously, I think you prefer something instant. So the glue dots hold really, really well, but they're not sort of, you could peel them apart if you tried, and sometimes they will want to lift a little bit because the way it's all twisted. So hot glue gun probably is the best, but glue dots second best, and easier and less messy and less likely to burn you. And then your take your pick tool as well is going to be handy too. So I'm just going to place a little glue dot where the overlap will be. Do that. Just see if I've got about the right, yeah, that will do. And then I just get a pencil. I'm just going to do a little, I'm going to just draw around that so that I've got something to work towards. Let me weigh that down. And let's put that down there. Right, so you just keep going, doing that. Use your guide. I put my fingernail just there, and then I know where to put my glue dot. Yeah. So as long as they're more or less all fairly consistently shaped, You shouldn't have a problem. I've just realised that I'm doing them the wrong way. I want to, well, actually, I'll just carry on doing that, because depending on which colour you like the best is where you fold it. So if you like the darker one, then fold it like that. If you like the silver, do it like that. Or you could do 8 of each and you'll have the 2-tone like that. So depending on if you want consistent colour or not will determine the way you fold it. So we're just going to carry on doing those. And you can see it holds really, really well with the glue dot. But like I say, if you want something a bit stronger to last you, you know, for years and years, then I would go with hot glue. So just carry on doing those ones. The more you do of these, the easier it is to get the shape. And because I've done it double-sided, they're really kind of, they feel quite substantial and not too flimsy. So I think it is going to last quite a while, this decoration. Yeah, it's not too bad. I think if I was taking my time a little bit more, I would just work on the shapes a little bit better. Last one. But I think, you know, I find projects like this quite therapeutic. The ones where you're repeating a process kind of over and over again, I quite enjoy. I don't know why. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no. So it's the opposite of what I said before. So that is the back side. What you're seeing there, that's how it will look, that side. So it's the opposite. Phew, I think you might understand what I mean by that. So you're going to connect them all now, and you're going to connect them all like this. So that's where they're going to be touching, kind of just on this curved bit, and that's where you're going to put the glue dot, just on that curved bit there. Take another one and squish them together, and what you can do is I'm really confusing myself now, because that is the right way around. I think I need to edit this video out to stop confusing you. That will be the reverse. That will be the reverse. Yeah. So you can get your fingers into the reverse and pinch the two together to get a nice bond, and then get another glue dot, put another one there on the outside, and stick another one to it. Give it a pinch. And another one. Just keep going. And again, consistency of where you place the glue dot and stick to the next one is going to give you the best shape, but you don't have to worry too much. I think it's going to be one of those that the first one might not look as good as your second, if that makes sense. Once you've got the idea of it, you keep going round, connecting them together. And the last, oops, I'll turn that round. The last one, I'll put a glue dot on one side, one on the other side. Whoops. Keep them apart. Slot the last one in, wrong way around. And just connect them together. Okay, so that's that stage, and now we're going to take the left hand bunny ear and overlap it with the right hand one next to it, so that these two inner points come together like that. If hopefully you see that. So your glue dot needs to be about half a centimetre or so down from the end, and then place that over the top. So that's where, put your glue dot where the two overlap, basically. Give it a nice squeeze and then go round. If anyone's got a good tip for how to stop those curling up while you're trying to work. And they're all sticking to me as well, which is very useful. And all there. I don't think I've ever had a better use for these glue dots either. I think I will have to open another packet. So that's what you get. You've connected those all up. You've overlapped them all. Give them a good squeeze. If you need more glue dots, like I've got one there that's just a little bit lifting up, so I'll just add another glue dot there. Put another one there. Yeah, that's better. Now what you need to do is you need to snip off the excess that's overlapping this side, so overlapping that strip, or underlapping, I guess it is, because it's coming underneath. Just trim that off so that you're trimming it to the side of the top strip, like that on all of them, and then flip it over and do the same again on the other side, the bit that's underlapping it. So you're actually snipping off each point to an actual sharp point and just neatening off, so you can't really see any of the overhang. So now you've got sharp points. Get rid of that. So those little snips, that's the only time I've ever seen any kind of shedding on this glimmer paper, is when you've cut little pieces off like that. So that's what it looks like. So it's kind of got a bit of a bend to it. I thought that might make quite a nice little tea light holder, actually. So I have done one already. I did that one earlier. So it is, I can't even tell anymore. So yeah, that one is this way and that one is this way. So I'm going to attach them together. So I'll have it again, I'll have two different colours showing, but you can do, if you do them all the same way, you can have just one colour showing. So we are just going to put glue dots on each of the points and then attach each of the points. So it is actually a bit easier if you do one at a time. And put them put the glue dots nearer to the point, because that's the bit that will have the most contact So if you try to put all the glue dots on first, you might get them kind of sticking where you don't want them. So you're just going around connecting all the points, and this is where you'll find that if your strips are kind of a little bit wonky and uneven, and they're all different sizes and shapes, you'll just have to kind of manipulate each point into position. But if you've done them really consistently, this will be easy. And obviously it's never going to be perfect, but we can get them pretty good with practice. And this can be done with cardstock, normal cardstock, but something a little bit thicker like that always looks great. So there it is. And then you just need to find some twine. This will be included in the pack. And loop it through, tighten a knot, and there we go. And yeah, they look pretty good. They're nice and big as well. There we go. La, 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 la. Yeah, so they're ready to go on my tree. And actually my second tree, I have to put my second tree up because my first tree is all red and white and candy cane themed. So these just won't go. So I'm going to put my other one up and have a little bit of a silvery glittery theme on that second one. So that's that. Right, well, I'll leave it at that. I'm going to share, oh no, I won't leave it at that because I want to show you. I did say, because I opened my my advent calendar yesterday and I showed you the little dies that I got in number 1. So I've already had a little play with those, and this is what I came up with. First of all, I got, so there was like this little rainbow die, which is so cute, and I made this nice really simple one. So it's just got a little bit of coloured cardstock behind the little rainbow die. And then I did this one with the stamp set that comes with the advent calendar. There's some lovely florals on there. So I just did a nice simple flower one. I die cut these out, and this is that glimmer paper that we've just been using. Just cut some little fronds, little leaves out with that. And then I also just did another simple stamping one with the stamps as well, that with the same colours. So it's Misty Moonlight, Balmy Blue and Granny Apple Green. So I just thought that was quite nice. And you can't see it very well, but I just did a little bit of blending with some soft seafoam ink just around the edge, just to kind of give it a little bit more depth. So there you go. I was quite impressed with myself yesterday. So right, let's see what's number 2. This is a big one. I love even just the patterns on the box. I think it's really pretty. And I'm sure I've seen some people actually craft with this paper. Ooh, it looks like some pretty papers. And it's a little pack of papers. Looks like it's single-sided, so plain on the back. Lots of florals, very spring-like. I love the colours of that one. And I used that colour. I'm assuming that's Misty Moonlight. Some greens, daisies, a pink one. Yeah, very beautiful. So today's a really, really, really busy day, so I don't know if I'll get to making anything with these, but I'll give it a go. If I do, I'll share them with you tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and yeah, I'll be back tomorrow at noon and with a third Christmas project. If you've got any questions about this one, let me know, or placing your order, that kind of thing. But otherwise, have a really great day. See you later, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.